In the 90s, Mortal Kombat became a global phenomenon, spawning games, movies, and awesome techno music. Lots of developers tried to hop on the bandwagon and grab some of that blood-soaked cash for themselves. Here are the 9 worst Mortal Kombat clones of all time.
Get up and fight!
Ultra Vortek is a horrible Mortal Kombat clone on the Atari Jaguar. The fatalities include some hilariously overdone decapitations and other displays of extreme violence.
Annihilation time is victorious.
They even had a fatality that strangely transformed the loser into a pile of steaming feces, which is an excellent metaphor for the game.
Annihilation time. Monster is victorious.
Would you believe that Uncharted and The Last of Us developer Naughty Dog made a terrible Mortal Kombat clone? Well, let us introduce you to The Way of the Warrior on 3DO.
Round 1, fight.
This low-rent Mortal Kombat wannabe featured stiff controls, crazy high jumping, and horrendous animation. Every studio has to start somewhere.
Killer.
The Nintendo 64 game War Gods was made by Midway itself, so it can be seen as the bastard son of Mortal Kombat. It had some of the worst 3D fighting ever created, and the different War Gods were far from impressive. The game failed horribly and ruined Midway's dream of having 2 successful fighting franchises.
Maximus wins. Fatality!
Zoomin Ninja, select your fighter. Habaki, select your opponent. Alaric. Entering the combat zone.
Kasumi Ninja is the worst Mortal Kombat clone on the Jaguar, even outshining Ultra Vortek. The game has 2 distinct features: health bars that drip blood, and a Scottish fighter that launches fireballs from under his kilt. And we love how the announcer says, "Show no mercy!"
Show no mercy.
Shadow War of Succession on the 3DO might be one of the most poorly programmed games ever released commercially. The game has completely unresponsive controls, horrible sound effects, and very unbalanced fighters. You could easily win any match by simply spamming fireballs. The game also tells you to finish enemies without there being any actual fatalities. How lame is that? The arcade game Bloodstorm tried to combine the art style of Street Fighter II with the gore of Mortal Kombat. Combatants had the chance to dismember, disembowel, or decapitate each other at any point during the match, which actually made for some pretty original gameplay. Bloodstorm ultimately failed to make an impact in the 90s arcade scene, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Survival Arts is another failed attempt of copying Mortal Kombat's arcade success. The game featured extremely large fighters that looked like a grainy mess. Having big characters made the fighters look even more clunky than most digitalized fighting games.
10, 9, 8.
the absolute low point comes when you finish the final boss and little Hitler head starts spewing out of his corpse. Real classy, guys. BioFreaks was late to the Mortal Kombat party when it arrived in 1998 on the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. This ugly fighting game took the action to 3D, which only made the fighting more clumsy.
Cyclone wins.
You know you've messed up when even your dismembering moves and fatalities are boring.
You lose.
Tattoo Assassin seems like an elaborate joke. The game was cancelled and never made it to the arcade, but developer Data East did put a lot of effort into it. A nearly finished version of the game was dumped onto the internet so gamers could see what they had missed.
Hana win.
Tattoo Assassins claims to have over 2,000 fatalities. Some include deadly farts, ladies stripping naked, and characters that turn into random objects. I guess we should all be thankful that Data East had the decency to put a fatality on this piece of garbage before it ever had the chance to get out.
Hana win.
Get up and fight! Not!
Sorry.
Check out Zoomin TV Games for all sorts of cool game videos. We do top 5s, and we aren't afraid to get a little naughty. We also have a wide variety of hosts who are always up for a laugh.
Come on, Tim! Come on!
So drop by and check out Zoomin TV Games.
Yeah, I can do it! Yeah! Oh, yes! I don't know what that was.